Yes, jobs will be replaced, and therefore upskilling yourself, reinventing yourself, relearning, that will be more important than anything else. So these three things: be open, be agile, make sure that you are always consuming knowledge from different industries, read enough or consume enough knowledge, whichever form you like. The third way is to invest in yourself, in your learning. I'm very amused with this whole concept of losing jobs. I mean, if you look at it, there are many jobs which we grew up with when we were growing up or going to school, or even during my college days. I remember there used to be typists, there used to be receptionists, there used to be computer programmers who would ultimately do nothing but take those printouts on those large dogmatics. There'll be a Xerox guy, there'll be a scanner guy. There's so many other different types of jobs. In fact, so much so, even if you go out on the roads, there was a person, usually you see those traffic light signals. Earlier, they used to be managed manually. And but you were forgetting the fact that those traffic light signals, which were initially managed manually, or those traffic constables which used to do all those directions giving, those have been replaced by many technologists who are managing the roadmaps of the city. So while some jobs have become obsolete, there are many hundreds of new jobs which have come in. And I'll give you one classic example. During my parents' time, when the typewriters were replaced by the computers, or there was a VCR replaced by a Netflix, and we thought, oh my God, certain jobs will be gone and I'll be made redundant. But I think our generation is far more busier, far more running, far more crazier in terms of work-life balance uh, than what that generation was doing. And none of the jobs got lost, and we have created more new jobs for that. So first and foremost, let's get out of this whole idea that jobs will be lost and jobs won't be created. Yes, there will be some jobs which will be replaced. The thing what will happen is that the people's skills needed will be on the higher side. So therefore, the challenge would be, Raji, is if we do not equip students and kids and the future generation with that higher end skills, the future competencies and skills, and understanding of technology, and understanding of disruption, and understanding of how to relearn and reinvent. Because these days, the life cycle of the jobs are also becoming smaller and smaller. Earlier, it used to be like a company. I remember again, my parents used to say, we'll buy a Colgate Palmolive share, and then the whole life it will be set. My whole family can eat off a particular share price. But now there are many companies where the share prices doesn't, because the company doesn't exist anymore. So the ITC price has not moved in this whole 2 years when the whole world was moving. The ITC price has not moved. So there are certain businesses, there are certain, I would say, companies which will stop growing, and therefore the life cycle of those businesses are becoming shorter and shorter because there's more innovation happening. The disruption in the technology and innovation is very fast. So I think more than the skills, it's the competencies which we give to the future generation of how they can relearn, how can they can adapt, how can they be resilient, and also a little more comfortable with being uncomfortable, I would say. I would call it competencies, because skills are something which can become obsolete very fast. I would say that you need to be very open to new ideas, very open to new learnings, and open to meeting new sets of people. You are average of the 5 people who surround you the most, which is a very standard, everybody says, but I believe in it like anything. And make sure that you keep building that average every year on year. So be open to, everything new. Second is, uh, always be open to, always be, keep looking out. Sometimes somewhere down the line we have lost the habit of reading, and I would not call it just reading, but lost the habit of gaining knowledge. And the Netflix of the world has really created a lot of distractions. So for the young entrepreneurs and the young learners, I would say is, if reading is not your forte, but at least you can consume far more impactful and effective uh, ways of consuming knowledge of what's happening in the industry around you, different industries. Don't just look at what your industry does. Because I have learned a couple of things is that sometimes what is relevant for the other industry, you could also maybe able to learn from it and maybe adapt it to your industry also. There's a lot of transferability of opportunities and learnings from there. So that is second thing. And the third thing is invest in yourself. Make sure every year, I always make sure in every year that I am part of some kind of a learning program. Either it could be a personal or a professional development, and which will keep you relevant, which will keep you also a little more, mentally nimble and agile. And you do a lot of new things. You meet new people. It's also a way to make new networks, and you just some ways to also keep yourself relevant and more alive, I would say. So these three things: be open, be agile, make sure that you are always consuming knowledge from different industries, read enough or consume enough knowledge, whichever form you like. Or the third way is to invest in yourself, in your learning.